Hi, welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about Drunk on All Your Strange New Words by Eddie Robson. Drunk on All Your Strange New Words is a near-future science fiction novel set several years after the Earth has made contact with an alien species, the Logi. And in dealing with alien minds, there is, of course, a language barrier. These Logi, they don't speak the way that we do. They don't audiate using their mouths, but communicate telepathically. And as a result, the vast majority of humanity can't understand their speech. And they have to make use of translators, certain people whose neural pathways are just well-suited to learning their language. And one of the side effects of this telepathic communication on the human brain and on the human sensorium is a sensation of drunkenness, of the sort of merriment of drunkenness, but then also there are issues that we see with memory loss, with sensory impairment that really help to fuel some of the inciting incidents in the novel. The main character, Lydia, is one of these translators working for the cultural attaché of the Logi who are here on Earth, helping to develop cultural ties, to fund projects that will be useful to both humans and Logi, and really is good at her job, but worries that she's not necessarily as good as she hopes she is. And we find fairly quickly in the novel that things are going to get complicated, and Lydia finds herself enmeshed in one of my favorite sorts of plots, which is a murder mystery. So we have a real draw of solving the mystery that pulls us forward and allows us to explore the interrelations between the humans and the Logi and the world of humanity at this time, which, in spite of the Logi, is not the happiest sort of place. There's still the ongoing threat of climate change, which has been addressed in certain ways, but also not, and many people have retreated into virtual reality spaces, VR headsets, that sort of thing, instead of engaging in the real world and in the sensate reality. And this sort of fuels some of the intercultural conflicts between humanity and the Logi in some very productive ways. It was both a lot of fun to read and a wonderful, thought-provoking novel in terms of where we are in human history and sort of what kinds of things can come next. And, of course, with the title, we had to make a cocktail for it. So without any further ado, why don't we turn to this week's drink? Our drink today is called the Fitz Collins. It's a riff on the classic Collins-style highball, but named for the cultural attaché of the Logi, Fitzwilliam, affectionately Fitz. And so we're going to start with our base spirit, using sloe gin today. Now you'll notice that the sloe gin is a little bit lower proof than a lot of our usual base spirits. This is going to be a softer, more fruit-forward, more dessert kind of highball. Still very refreshing, but a little bit lower on the ABVs. Got to keep your mind sharp when you're translating for alien ambassadors. So we'll get 1.5 ounces of the sloe gin in there. Next, to balance it out, we've got 3/4 ounce of blackberry liqueur. Got some fast cars in Drunk on All Your Strange New Words. And as we've seen before, when there's a fast car in a book, I like to go for that blackberry here at Bar Cart Bookshelf. It's a flavor that calls to me when we're zipping and zooming in an automobile. So 3/4 ounce of the blackberry liqueur in there. Next, to brighten things up, but keep some of that richness and depth, we've got our lemon cordial. Have the recipe shared a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to get 3/4 of an ounce of that in there as well. Wonderful. One of the funny things about this translation and the translation drunkenness as well is that it does cause not the sorts of body changes that we associate with alcohol poisoning or alcohol drunkenness, but other sorts of physiological changes, including a tendency towards sweetness and needing to replace sugars. And so having this sort of sweeter, more dessert-oriented highball really ties in with that. To balance things out, we're going to get just a couple of dashes of orange bitters in as well, just to finish things off. Lovely, lovely. We'll set that aside for a sec and pull out our highball glass. Get a couple of ice cubes down in there just to cool things down. I want this to be nice and refreshing. And while that's all set, we can get down to shaking and waking up our cocktail. Wonderful. There we go. Big tin, flat of the hand, and shake it up. There we go. Give that a nice stout tap just to open it up. Let every last bit drip down and get our hawthorn strainer so that we can strain into our highball glass. Perfect. And then, of course, it's not a Collins-style highball without some seltzer, some soda water, some bubbles, just to really lift things up. So we're going to top with a bit of seltzer, club soda if you prefer, and just make sure that doesn't fizz over the top. And there you have it. This is the Fitz Collins in honor of Drunk on All Your Strange New Words by Eddie Robson. Drunk on All Your Strange New Words is available today. Happy release day to Eddie Robson and the team at Tor.com, who furnished me with a copy of the book in advance so that we could have today's video appear on the release day. Got a link to snag the book down below, link to the Boston Shaker where we get all of our tools and ingredients, bitters, shaker, all of that. Twitter and Instagram where there's always a written version of today's recipe. And yeah, try the drink, let me know what you think. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. We've got some fun things coming ahead as we head into the heart of the summer and as we look towards our 1-year anniversary next month. Try the drink, let me know what you think, and until next time, cheers.